Hey guys, we want to say thank you to our sponsor, Cut Shield, for bringing you this episode. Make sure you check them out on the link below and use the promo code for 25% off your order. Used by all 32 NHL teams and players, Cut Shield is the premier protective player clothing designed by players for players. Their innovative cut resistant clothing has prevented serious injury to numerous players, including over 30 NHL players. Cut Shield gives you the peace of mind to go out and play without worrying about injury. Use our promo code Grove City Hockey, all lowercase and no space, for an additional 25% off your order today.
Now carried it in back into goal.
That was a beautiful passing play right there, Sean.
What a save! Woo! Talk about a move.
Welcome to another exciting edition to Grove City Hockey Presents
Hockey in our neck of the woods, and you, sir, were a very talked about person towards the end.
I'm a fifth-year senior, kind of. Well, it's my sixth year of college. Incredible.
Welcome to GCH Podcast. I'm your host, Ben W. Stock, and alongside me today is Dan Costa from Epic Hockey. How you doing, Dan?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm in Hawaii, can you tell?
Yeah, I'm really jealous, even though it is 90 degrees over here. But I'm jealous because you get such a beautiful view right there.
I mean,
so.
it's all right, you know?
It's all right. It's just a perks of the business here.
Having a great time, can't lie.
So we haven't seen each other since the Let's Play Hockey Expo in Minnesota. How was that trip? That trip kind of started out a little rough for you guys, huh?
Yeah.
just a smidge.
In a matter of speaking, yeah, it was pretty rough. Man, we sent everything 2 weeks before the show. We thought it would be there on like that Thursday. We were expecting it to be there like 9 a.m. on Thursday. The show would start on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Never ended up happening on Thursday. By Friday, the show started at like 10 a.m. We didn't get our booth until 3.
It was that late. I thought you had it just after noon.
Oh man, it was that late.
Oh man,
we set it up in about 20 minutes, which I think is a new land speed record if I had to check, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and you guys had a lot of stuff, and it was really cool, and a lot of it was really interactive too.
Yeah, we had a good show, and it was we even brought in customized patches and everything for that year, so we could do if you got like a hoodie or something, you could put a patch on there. We had like the C's and a bunch of different letters and numbers and whatnot. Like we looked, it was real cool. It's just we didn't have a booth for basically the whole day. So
I know it was kind of rough, but but like I said, once you got all set up, man, it was pretty epic. Let's put it that way.
I like it.
No pun intended there. I swear, no pun intended.
I mean, if it wasn't any pun intended, you missed an opportunity.
I know. But
so
you guys, go ahead.
We set up that booth so quickly, and even the fact that we only brought the new sticks, the signatures, we only brought those with us on the plane because that's all I couldn't ship at the time because they weren't in time. And then when the sticks finally came in, we're like, cool, we'll just bring them with us on the plane, and that was the only thing we had out there for 6 hours of the like 8-hour show or whatever it was. It was.
But I will say those sticks were really cool though.
Yeah, they were pretty great.
Yeah,
they're doing pretty well for us right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're right now they're listed at $179.99 on the $179.99 on your website.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty cool. You have quite a few patterns too, right?
Yeah, we got PM9, P88, ones that people don't really use, and then of course the P28 and the P92. I keep the P90 PM9s in stock because that's what I use.
Nice.
So one day it'll come back. I'm pulling for it. You know what I mean?
It'll be there. It'll be there. So tell us what's going on with Epic these days. Now you guys are getting ready to go into tournament, the season of Narch and all that stuff with the summer roller hockey series. It looks like you guys have a couple of teams going on into the Narch finals.
We've got a few. Got actually 4 teams we're running with right now. So
we've got
the pro guys, the Epic Society. That's those guys are representing us pretty well right now. We're loving it. We've got Blood and Feathers, who've already made a name for themselves a while ago. Still sponsored by LaBeta, but now it's LaBeta and us, so that's always fun.
Nice.
We've got Billy Salt Kings. They're playing the gold division, I think, gold or platinum, one of those, and they're awesome dudes, great to work with. And I mean, a team sponsored by some salt,
Yeah.
and then we've got a women's team, and I don't know if you've heard about them yet, but it's the Epic Empire, and that I'm super excited about. That's my daughter's team. She went and put together that team, so I'm super jazzed to see what they can do.
Well, let's talk about that because I actually have them listed up right here in front of me.
There you go.
So you've got Jess Moore at forward, along with Maura Sweeney, Chelsea. I'm probably going to butcher this last name. Krunagel, I think is how you say it.
Close, Krunagel.
Krunagel. Wow, I was close.
Very close.
Yeah, and then you had Bree Doyle in there as well, and then my favorite. This is my favorite name right here. Is Sam Magoon. Yeah. Just because it's got Goon written right there in the name. I love it.
It's funny. She should lean into that name so much more and be more of a Goon. But she's such a skill player. Like if you ever watch her play, she will make you look so stupid so many times out of 100, and it's just insane to me.
Yeah, and then also you got Kylie Mazzetta, right? Is that how you say that?
I think so. I'm not too familiar with her.
Okay, and then
Makia would know. Makia would know all about her. Okay, she went and scouted her and got her.
Yeah, and then you had Freshie Bell, Jenna Weeks, and then you also have Brittany Doe, or is it Doe?
Yep. No, it's Doe. Yeah. You got it.
Oh, nice, awesome. I thought so, but I wanted to be sure. And then of course, you're bringing back Jenna's sister, Sienna, in net for you guys, along with your daughter.
Strong backstop. Yeah, strong backstop. She definitely helps, and keeps the floodgate closed. And she's good. She's good out there.
Cool. So your daughter set this team up, McKenna, right? Or is that right? Did I say that? Makia. Yeah. So she went out and she did all the research. She was like, "I want you to play for my team." And
absolutely.
How's that women's team looking? Because you guys were just out in Colorado not too long ago, right?
No, they didn't actually end up going. Their first thing is going to be Narch finals, which is going to be awesome for them to get out and go as a unit and whatnot. That's going to be a scary team. You watch. That's going to be a fun team to watch. But the pro guys, the society, they were out there in Colorado, and not necessarily the finish we would have wanted to have, but they went out and just they made people aware, which was fun.
Cool. Well, so tell us a little bit about who's on that Epic Society team.
Yeah, so we've got Shetland, Tyler Shetland out there, basically running most of the thing. Him and Jared Overland, call him Obi. Okay. And it's a lot of guys that they kind of went and took care of. And they put together most of the team and that kind of stuff. There are a lot of college athletes, college ice hockey players. Some guys that play junior up in Canada. These guys are really, really entertaining. Like, I mean, if you get a chance to come out and see the society play, plus their jerseys, which I designed, it's kind of great.
Nice. Well, I'm actually looking forward to seeing you drop. I haven't seen too much on the social media about these guys yet.
Yeah,
So I'm actually
we need to get more on it. We've been kind of running around like chickens with our heads cut off since Minnesota. Honestly, we just ordered a whole bunch of new sticks and a bunch of more sticks, and we're running out. We ran out of everything basically. We ran out of gloves. We have no pairs of gloves.
that's crazy. That's
I'm
crazy.
still
You
waiting to
guys,
get them all. Yeah,
yeah, you guys have a really nice set of gloves, man. I'll tell you that right now.
dude, we worked real hard on these gloves. I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, they're a really good set of gloves. NHL quality for prices that you cannot find anywhere else. And I mean, the specs are the exact same as what they use in the show. I mean, it's like they're fantastic pairs, and they last a really long time too, which is great.
Yeah. So so tell us what's going on with the future. What do you guys have planned for next? For the next few months, or as far as product lineups coming out.
I
You
I'm
can kind of divulge a
excited.
little bit.
I am excited to talk about a lot of things. Not sure how much I can get disclosed right now, but we are working on a second pair of gloves.
Okay.
So we currently have the four rolls that everybody loves, the traditional feel, everything like that. They're awesome. We are working on a tapered fit glove that will fit a lot more ranges of hand shapes and that kind of thing. And
Okay.
these are things that like not everybody would think of, but we're nerds, so we do. But like it's just like the contours of the hands, right? You got to make sure that everything fits right, everything works together, everything flows perfectly, and not everybody has the same cookie cutter style of everything. That's just
right.
how it is. So that's why we started with the one stick, which is a mid kick, and now we have the low kick stick, and it's a lot of it is we're just trying to make stuff tailored to every hop. And the tapered fit gloves are going to be. I've seen a couple of the renderings and a couple early samples that we're not there yet, but we will be doing a beta on them. Hopefully sometime this year. And I gotta tell you, these things are nuts.
Well, I'm excited to see them. How many tournament schedules do you guys have as far as so after Narch? What is your plan for your Epic Society and your Epic Empires and the Salt teams too?
Salt has a couple more tournaments to go. I'm not off the top of my head. I don't remember which ones they're going to, but I know they're doing finals, and then I think they were doing another one. I want to say they're going to State Wars, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that one. Society also are going to try to get out and do a couple more things. They wanted to get out to Florida, if I'm not mistaken, and at the moment, Empire is kind of up in the air. We know that they're doing finals, and they want to do a couple more things. So we'll see where we can get them to fit in. We just got what we want to do is we want to make sure that the competition is up to their standards. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like,
yeah,
if we send them somewhere and they just wreck shop, it's going to look good for the brand. It's going to look good for the team and whatnot. But if they go somewhere where the competition is absolutely fierce and wreck shop, that makes it way better. So that's kind of what we're aiming on at the moment, is trying to figure out where they're going to fit. And Blood and Feathers has a lot more to go, man. They got Arch Finals, and then they got State Wars, and they got I think they're doing tours. Like those guys are nuts. Yeah. They're everywhere.
They just want to do everything.
They do, and hey, more power to them, man. The more they can get out there, and the more they can spread the good word of Epic. I'll take it.
Yeah. Now, State Wars is actually, I think it's in Fort Wayne this year, right? Fort Wayne, Indiana.
It is. Yep.
Yeah, that's a couple-hour drive from me.
Nice. You might be able to go see him.
I know. I'm kind of hoping I'm going to try to talk. I'm going to try to talk Jake into sending me, but I'm not sure if that's going to
fly. It's a business expense.
Absolutely.
That way. It's a business expense that I'm here right now.
I know, right?
Tax.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. No, I haven't had a chance to talk to him about it. I think it would be kind of cool. I'm not exactly sure on the dates of when State Wars is. I know we're 29, 30 weeks along, so baby B is coming any day. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make that, but I mean, stranger things have happened.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So I see you have a Luigi shirt. I assume you had a chance to take a look and catch the new Mario Brothers movie.
I have. I absolutely have. I saw it opening night with my daughter. It was a
Nice.
great time.
Yeah, we my fiance's sister-in-law and nephews. She has twins, and they wanted to take us to the movies for their birthday, and they just absolutely loved Super Mario Brothers. It was really cool, and I enjoyed it too. My favorite was definitely the Peaches song.
Yeah,
Like, how can you?
It's everybody's
Yeah,
favorite.
you can't go wrong with the Peaches.
No, it's Tenacious D singing about Mario Brothers. Like,
I know, I
bro,
love it.
they released the cast for that thing, and it was like Jack Black is going to be Bowser. I'm like, oh, he's going to sing. Like,
Yeah.
yes, he's going to sing.
I was like, this is great. So, it's cool. So, with that, I don't want to take too much more of your time because it's 3, what is it? Almost 4 o'clock. It's 4:07
it's almost 4. You're going to bed, and I'm chilling.
Yeah, I know. And Franny's getting up in like 2 hours. That's the crazy part. Yeah. Yeah, they got it. They're taking on, they played Brazil earlier today, won 4-3. They were down 2-1 for majority of that game.
Ooh,
yeah.
okay.
Then they scored 3 quick goals to make it 4-1, and then they got Brazil scored like in the final couple minutes, like less than there was a penalty to make it 4-2. And then they took on France at 2:00 my time, and they ended up winning that one. Like 5-1 or 4-1 or something like that.
Good.
So
Good.
yeah,
Go, boys.
Yeah, they're
going.
taking on Canada tomorrow morning. I think at 9:30 or 8:30 in the morning or something like that. So
it's going to be an interesting game. I've always thought for ice hockey, of course, Canada is such a powerhouse. For roller hockey, it's almost flipped, right? Like, USA in ice hockey is kind of like that like scrappy second best always type kid. It's like that they're going to give you a good fight, but you never necessarily pick them to come up against Canada and whatnot. It's full on flipped at roller. So it's like you get USA going against Canada, and it's just like, Canada is trying to be as good as the US, but they never are so much there all the time. But the thing is, if we lose to Canada, that's like, you guys better not come home.
Right? Well, now so they got Canada tomorrow, and now some of their senior team is now starting to get into that Masters division, and they're starting to turn some heads a little bit because one of the guys that's over there now is Dave Hammond. He's one of the guys that played for Team Canada for years, and I mean, way back, I mean, almost 10, 15 years now. That might even be 20 years.
Yeah. No, I mean, I could see that.
Yeah, he's got to. It's got to be
going
pushing
for
20
as
years.
long as I've known. Yeah.
I mean, at least 2000, 2001, somewhere around in there is when I first started seeing his name pop up, and then I went to Africa. I actually went to the same area that he was at to coach for a little bit, and then
no way.
Yes. Yeah, it's small. Yeah, Dave and I mean, I had a couple conversations with him about it, and then just happened to just see an opportunity and took it, and didn't necessarily go as well as I'd hoped it would. But at the same time, I had to deal with the medical emergency back here at home. It happens.
Sorry.
Yeah, it happens, and just the way that that situation kind of ended, kind of left a little sour taste in a few people's mouth, especially mine. So we'll see what happens here in the future. What
do you appreciate more about Hammond's game? Because for me, what always has impressed me about him as a player is his vision. He understands where everybody is on the floor at all times, and they could play with him for like 10 minutes or 10 years, and he knows where they're going to be. And it's always impressed me the fact that he's so smart out there. When he reads the play, he can do damn near anything out there. But he always looks for that pass. He looks for that way to make everybody else feel like, not feel like they're part of the team because they are, but get up on that next level with him. And he's such a good playmaker. I love watching him play. But I mean, you compare him to guys like Ethan and Travis, like maybe it's me being a homer, but I like USA.
No, you're totally fine. And I'll give you my honest opinion. Because I played with Etan as well. He actually got a chance. He flew to Chicago to help us out for a weekend, and it was the first game that I'd ever had a chance to play with somebody of his skill outside of Francis. Or Mike Francis, and I played against Pat Lee too. So it was really cool. But the thing that struck out to me about Etan was his unselfishness. Because he passed me the puck and I scored. So I was pretty stoked, and I scored before he did. Never let him down for that. But to get back to the Dave Hammond question, it's great.
That was audio texture, is what that was.
It was. But to get back to Dave Hammond, I actually equate David Hammond as like the Wayne Gretzky of hockey, for roller hockey, that is, because he has so many skill sets that he, like you said, raises everybody else to his level. He doesn't bring anybody down. His composure and his cool head demeanor. I've never seen him get upset. Not once have I.
Nice.
Yeah, I've never seen him get upset, lose his head, start screaming, hollering, or anything like that. He's always got, he's always has that wherewithal to keep that composure, but underneath, I bet you for sure his legs are just paddling, but on the surface, just like that duck, everything is just nice, calm, cool, and collected, but underneath, he's just got those legs just a kicking. But yeah, so that's my take on it. Is I would put him right up there, But as far as Etan, CJ Yoder is another one for Team USA as well.
He was
really
so good back in the day.
Oh, it's insane. And then Junior Cadez, that guy is just insane.
Yeah.
Just so
Junior,
yeah.
Junior made my my pro teams look pretty stupid a couple of times in AIHL, but man, you kind of can't be mad at him. He's so good. We got so much good talent. Why don't we have a pro league? Why don't we have a pro league of roller hockey? It's
tough because
these guys need to be getting paid. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and but it's tough because a lot of the guys are on the West Coast. Because you got PJ Kavia, he's out that way. He played with me for a hot minute. And then you got guys in Detroit. With Adam Ernie, Corey Hodge.
Very
Swims.
separated.
Yeah, and then you got guys on, in the Pittsburgh and in the Philadelphia region, Westchester, so I mean they're just all spread out. I mean, and then you got PJ, and then I think his brother John as well.
Yep.
And then you got John Shivel in Minnesota.
Shivel's my boy. I love that
guy. So I mean, it's just it's hard to I would love to see, the tournament series, kind of like what, we've seen with State Wars, or with a tours, but just a pro only, get a men's and a women's, and then just get them going, even if it's just for, a couple of days. I mean, that'll bring anybody in. I know I would go watch.
I would kill to see a home and home drafted full on league. I don't know what I got to pay to make it happen, but I at this point I'm strongly considering.
It's I would suggest try to find rinks that don't have 20,000 seats, but that can do 1,500 to 2,000, maybe even a 5,000 seat arena. Those are plenty big enough, but
You're talking my language. There's an arena in Stockton that holds 9,000 people.
Mm-hmm. You know, I mean,
And
start a little
I'll
small and
I'll
then
own a
kind of
team.
build it, right?
I'll own a team. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
dude, I'll put
I
down the capital. Why not?
I think it would be great. Yeah, there was going to be one developed here in just outside of, or in Detroit, literally right before COVID hit.
Right before the pandemic, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then I'm not sure. I tried to reach out to Matt Wiedenhoff because he's right down the road from me as well, and I'm like, hey Matt, what's going on with this? And I just haven't heard anything back from him yet.
He reached out to me actually too,
Yeah.
right before the pandemic hit. And
Mhm.
man, I gotta tell you, like the way that he was setting that up, that could have worked. It could have happened.
It still can with the right group of investors and the right group of people working to make it better. It
Very
tends
much agree.
to, yeah, you know. I was trying to get an interview set up with his Grand Rapids Warthogs team that he had to coach, but you know, like I said, once the pandemic hit, it just went downhill from there.
It was rough. They did that. They did a draft even too, like right before the pandemic hit. The draft was all on Instagram. I was following that thing.
Yeah, no, me
Just like,
too.
who they get? Who'd they get?
Yeah.
I was trying to, again, me being a homer or whatever. I was trying to go for the St. Louis Vipers.
Oh, there you go.
Like there was a whole like they're bringing back the RHI. You know what I mean? I was just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, man,
how can you not be a Vipers fan, right?
I know. That was one of those things that was just like, man, that would have been so cool. But you know, maybe it wasn't. Maybe the timing just wasn't right, and now the time is now to finally get you know, some guys together to make it happen.
I mean, if anybody out there is looking to start pro roller hockey of any kind, I'm your guy. Your guy in Cali. Hit me up.
Yeah, I know. If I won the million, you know, like the Powerball, that would be one of the first things I would want to do. Is just go. You know what? We'll just buy a rink. Everybody can come here, and we'll just make it happen.
There you go.
You know, kind of like the Legends draft that they just had. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
so, but yeah. So, all right. NHL Finals. Who do you got? Florida or Las Vegas? I'm guessing you're a West Coast team.
You think that?
Yeah.
Does anybody like Vegas? Like not just to win the series, but does anybody actually like them as a franchise? Because they're like, man, they're kind of obnoxious as hell, eh?
Yeah, well, I think that first year really threw a lot of people off.
Exactly.
You know.
But then also
yeah.
It's like let's be honest, man. Like, how can you go against what Bobrovsky's doing? He had like a 976 save percentage last round.
Insane.
It's otherworldly. And Kachuk with like 3 overtime game winner. Like, come on. I'm pulling for Florida because they've never won it before. Yeah, Vegas has never won it before, but Vegas, you can wait. All right, you can wait. Florida came in with my Ducks in '93. Yeah. It's time. All right, it's time for them.
Yeah, because wasn't the only other time that they made it was in '96 when they lost to Colorado. That's another one of my. That's my team right there. Is Colorado.
That's where the rats were born, man.
Yeah. Well, and then, but the interesting factoid is that John Van Wiesbroek, the goaltender for the Panthers back then in '96, was actually the general manager for the Muskegon Lumberjacks up this way for a little bit, and his son actually has he has a State Farm agency over here.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
dude. So I got a fun. It's a dumb story, but it's a fun little story about John Van Wiesbroek. So back when I on Barbero, we went to Colorado and we were meeting with the directors of USA Hockey to like kind of see what it is that they needed, and we were building gloves, you know, doing all kinds of like really cool stuff, and we're meeting with all these guys, and they're like, hey, let's go golf. Like, great, I suck at it, but I don't care. So like we went golfing with these guys, and we're about to tee off on the second hole, and we just hear alarms, like blaring alarms. And we're like, like, me from California, I had no idea what this was. And
Right.
like my partner at the time, he was like, he's from Pittsburgh, so he's like, oh, this is like a tornado warning. We're gonna go inside. I was like, oh, I guess y'all just do that. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So we went back in the clubhouse, and there's this whole thing. It's just like, okay, yeah, it's like tornado warning. Everybody just hang tight. We'll just wait for it to pass, and you'll be good. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Like, I'm kind of freaking out a little bit because I'm from California. No, I don't experience this kind of thing.
Yeah, you
And,
don't get a warning when there's an earthquake coming.
yeah, I mean, like, and even if it's an earthquake, it's just like, if it's not an 8, like, just sit there and eat your pancakes. You're good.
It's automatic cut. And you just try to hold still and just cuts it for you.
Yeah, it's just like.
There you go.
But, so like we're in the clubhouse and we're hanging out. We're drinking a little bit. We're having a good time. And my partner elbows me. He's just like, hey, you know who that is? I'm like, well, I mean, we're at a table with the USA Hockey guys, so like, no, I don't know who anybody else is around me right now. He said, it's John Van Heesbroek. Like straight starstruck because I'm a goalie too. I was just like, it's like, okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want any kind of anything with this guy. Like, I don't want to make a fool of myself. I don't want to make an ass. It's like I'll just sit here from afar and go like, oh, I'm like, but my partner is just like taps him on the shoulder, like, hey man, big fan. I'm like, oh. And I'm just like, bro, you did not have to do that. And then of course we just get in a conversation with the guy. So it's like, I mean, glad he did it, but I was like, bro, you didn't have to. Like, I'm already nerved and everything. Like, there's a tornado going on.
You were fangirling it up, and then all of a sudden you got the tornadoes going. That's probably very similar to me with Buzz Snyder at the Let's Play Hockey Expo, because I was just like, no way. And I looked at my partner Sean, and I'm like, Sean, you know who that is? And he's like, no idea. And I was like, that's Buzz Snyder, 1980s Olympic gold medalist. He beat the Russians. And it was like, come on, man. But yeah,
I'll tell you, there's 2 awesome people that we met at the Let's Play Hockey Expo, and one of them is Matt Cook, dude.
no way. Yeah, that's awesome.
He came by our first year, and he saw that we had the cut-proof socks, and he was like, hey, does this really work? We're like, yeah, man, it's great. Cut-proof, like level 4. It's, he's like, all right, cool. I'll get one for me, and I'll get one for my son. We're just like,
boom. Nice.
It was one of those where we were also doing a thing where it's like, you give us your email address, we'll put you on the newsletter, we'll give you like all that kind of thing. So it was like we're asking him for his email address. We're like, "What's your email?" He's like, "Oh, I can't say it on air."
Right. So he gives you the email address, and you're just
the email, and we're like, man, I know it's real.
And then who was the other one?
So the first year we were there, it was like the second day. Everybody was clearing out and everything. And the Wild had guys there signing autographs, but we couldn't leave the floor obviously because we're busy. But it was the very end, and everybody's packing up, everybody's doing all that. But Matt Dumba was still there. And we're like, bro, we gotta go talk to Matt Dumba. Like, we have to. But like my brother-in-law, all my wife's family are all Filipino, right? It's just like that. That's like Superman to them in hockey terms. You know what I mean? So it's like we're going and talking to him. It's like we take a stick. At the time, we just had the trademark, right? So we come up to him, and I'm like, I'm just gonna guess at what kind of curve flex he uses, right? So we went up to him, just like, Mr. Dumba, I'm so starstruck to even start talking to you, but like, we're just opened like this new company. We're brand new. We make these sticks. They're really, really good. We like them a lot, but we would kill for any kind of feedback, any kind of anything. We just hand him a stick. And he's so nice and everything. He was just like, yeah, man, I'll give you a stick. Oh, fuck, it's light. That was the first thing he said to us, and I was just like, I want to...
Hooked him.
So good, dude. It was so good. That show was awesome. If anybody has a chance to get out to Minnesota High School Hockey Championships, Man, go do it. It's otherworldly. It really is.
Insane. I've never 22,000 people just for quarterfinals. That's not even the finals. Quarterfinals. This is 3 games away from the finals. So it's come on.
They'll sell out the XL Energy Center for a round robin fucking high school hockey game, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's absolutely nuts.
State of hockey right there. So,
oh yeah.
But with that, we're running out of time. So, Dan, I just want to say thanks for taking the time, and we will see you soon, bud.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bud.
All right. Thanks, bud. Cheers.